Welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, I caught up with Coach Elko before the game. This is obviously a huge matchup. With a 5-game winning streak on the line, they understand that they are facing one of the best teams in the country. A top 25 matchup. He's been warning his team all week at practice. Do not take them lightly. They want to be 1-0 after this week and keep the streak alive. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And the Gamecocks ready to kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. The Aggies offense who will have the football first. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And, David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
That is such a nice example of the defense reading and reacting and locating the football on the sweep play. They weren't fooled at all. They knew they were trying to go to the outside. They got leverage, corralled the back, got him down behind the line.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Great place to start for this offense. Running inside, it's McAllister. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Just feeds the running back. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They are in danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. Unloads quickly. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he's in! Touchdown, Gamecocks!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Got room at the 35. Turning it on. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wide receiver comes in motion. Play fake, Reed. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was in that last one.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Takes the handoff. It's Owens. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Now here's Reed. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown to him over and over again here in the 1st quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's McAllister. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the 1st down marker.
And that...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs.
Ready? Kill.
The run inside. It's Clark. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Sellers. Pocket breaking down. Right on the money. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. First play of the period, 1st down here. Running inside. It's Clark. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing Sellers. Pressure coming. Sides past the sticks, and he converts on second and long. Great awareness on the scramble. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Clark. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4. The Gamecocks in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Kill. 886 bouncer. 886 bouncer. Magic. Break.
Scanning the field is Sellers. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a two-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Now on the move. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And they did tack on the extra point. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. They tried to get the wall set up for him. Not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
From the 42, if they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Here's a heat. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him. You
can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Blue 85.
Here's Sellers to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Non-man receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Soft spot in the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered.
Oh, he's got some space.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The run inside. It's McAllister. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Gamecocks back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. And it just squirted through his head. Wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
Quarterback making adjustments. Looking for space. It's McAllister. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll keep it on the ground. Picks up the first down. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. And he make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio with scores from around the country.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We start with a look at LSU going up against the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the Tigers looking to deliver in a big way today to get to 8-2. I know those 2 hiccups did not sit well with this team. Hopefully now they can close out the season in style. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach coming out of the locker room. This is the moment his defense has to get organized. They have been a little problematic here in this first half, giving up too many points. And now, with the opponents getting the ball to start the second half, they do not want that momentum and a positive offensive output right here to change this game.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And you can't start the half any better than that. You talk about going in, making halftime adjustments, talking about what they did. It looks like they knew exactly what they were going to do. Come out, read the pass, break on the football, make the pick, and draw first blood here in the third quarter.
Motion from the wideout. Play fake, Marcel Reed. Flushed out of the pocket. Made a defender miss. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running inside. It's Owens. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack.
It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Sellers under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Gonna run it. It's McAllister. Could be an alley. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work.
949, rock star. 949, ready.
Throwing Sellers. Had to get rid of it quickly. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Quick release by the QB. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert third and short from the 30? Sellers from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Run in the red zone. It's McAllister. Pushing ahead, a tough run. Picks up 4. It's down at the 15.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Got enough space. Touchdown, South Carolina. And the pummeling has started. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Reed unloads it left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly.
And he's got it inside the 35. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34, and what an electrifying play. You want to talk about flipping the script. They just did that with a huge play, and now they've got it 1st and 10 in plus territory. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This Texas offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And guys, I just don't know what to say about this offense. Like they take a deep shot, they try it short, they really just struggled to try to find any way to move this football. They've dug themselves a hole, and now they've got to find some answers. Maybe find your guys, your go-to guys. Players, not plays. Maybe that's what they need to get something going right now.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This game is all but decided. Gives us a second to take a peek at the projected playoff bracket as we reach Week 10 of the season. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth and long. Marcel Reed to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the fourth quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And you just get the feeling this defense is going to have to make more negative plays like that. You're down multiple possessions tonight. You need to come away with sacks to see if you can scrape and claw and get back in this game.
Sellers lined up in the gun on third down. It's caught downfield. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. And the Gamecocks will have it first and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Making side adjustments here. Here's Sellers to throw. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
A great job on the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
From the gun on third down, Sellers. On target to the left. And he makes a completion there, set up and in business at the 20.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Red pass, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on third down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. On target. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown.
Texas A&M, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Reed on the play action. He's taking a deep shot. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. My goodness, he unloads on that one. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Right back to it. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. With the clock running, this should be the final play. On the ground, it's McAllister. And that will be the final play as the clock